Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's HEN Live. I'm Priyanka Changia, and these lives are a medium for us to bring stories of our members to you. What is HEN? HEN is your go to community for women entrepreneurs who come together to inspire, inform, and support each other in scaling up and growing their businesses along with leading balanced lives. And today we have with us Ranjini. Ranjini is a business coach for life coaches, which is very interesting. Ranjini is also a author of two books. She is also a podcaster, and today we are going to learn from Ranjini how to move from voice to visibility and how we can use books and podcasts to build authority as a coach or a healer. So, Ranjini, a very warm welcome to you on today's live.
Thank you, Priyanka, for this warm welcome. And I'm really inspired by the work you and Ruchi are doing for HEN. And
Thank you.
this helps us, do our work that we are so passionate about.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words, Ranjini. So, Ranjini, tell me, you are coaching the coaches, and, what stands out to me the most is how you have had a journey where you have discovered your own voice. So, how did this whole process evolve for you as a coach, and what was your journey like? When did you realize that you want to be a coach?
Yeah. So I started my entrepreneurial journey 10 years back when I quit my
Mm,
corporate job and started a business of schools.
mm,
So I don't come from a family of business. So I had no clue what entrepreneurship looks like, means.
mm,
It just was a desire or a fire to do something that I enjoy. That brought
mm.
me to entrepreneurship. And I
Okay.
have always invested in personal development, programs,
Mm,
and that's how I learned, like, there is a privilege called you can have a coach, a
mm,
mentor. Like, after the
mm,
formal education, I think that was 35 years later, like, or maybe 25
mm,
years later, I ventured into
mm,
learning and development. And eventually in my journey of a roller coaster ride as an entrepreneur, had multiple failures, and
mm,
losing my self-worth and confidence after closing my
mm,
business. um, Somebody gave me a feedback like, you are a good mentor. So at the age
mm,
of 40, when you want to redefine yourself and your career, I thought,
mm,
let me try something I'm good at. And that's
mm.
how my journey of coaching as a profession began in 2020.
Wow. So that became your aha moment, is it? That when you realize that your voice is your power, the way you talk to people and the way you are already mentoring people, that is what your superpower is. Was it like that?
Yeah, I never thought coaching as a profession. Like, I would ever be a
Mhm,
coach and I will be charging
mhm,
for coaching.
mhm,
But maybe, yeah, that no, the profession chose me. Like, okay, let me try this as a profession, and I never considered this as a profession. But then when I ventured into mentorship and coaching, I realized it's a billion-dollar industry, and I think I can serve with my story, with my message, with my voice, and whatever I am with my skill set. I can serve and be a good mentor to others.
Wonderful. So, there's so many coaches and healers. There's so many people, let's just say, out there who feel the need to share, but they hesitate. They are right at the edge of visibility. And, you talk a lot about healing visible wounds. And what does it actually look like in real life for someone who fears being seen or judged? Like, how do you transition from this vulnerable state to having this identity shift for yourself?
Yeah, very important, no, for entrepreneurs at this moment. Like, now, visibility has become non-negotiable for any business or a brand to exist in this world right now. But
Mm,
back then, 5 years back, it was all new. Social media was new, and
mm,
I barely had 100 member on my list.
mm,
There's just family and colleagues,
mm,
and yeah. doing stuff online or doing content was really very scary. Even
Mhm.
I, it was very tough for me to even face camera. My eyes would keep blinking as I'm speaking.
Mhm.
But I've learned, over a period. Um, One thing was very clear: as an entrepreneur, you have to have a very clear why that you're here,
Mhm.
and when I'm here to do business online, being a staying at home mom, I had no other window to share my voice other than this screen. So and that fire in my belly, like I need to have an identity I'm proud of, or maybe my children can look up to and say, it was all about finding yourself again. So that fire helped me put myself out. But for many people, they they put their doubts, their observation, like what people will say. Am I looking good? I know I don't have the perfect teeth, hair and skin. The other and the editing side of it, there's so much overwhelm around the technology of doing content and being visible, that it
Mhm.
can keep you, go underground in fact, you know than do
Yeah.
nothing about it. And
Mhm.
anyway, I still have people who say I don't like social media. No,
Mhm.
no, this is. But I understand where they are coming from. There is a space where they don't feel safe, and
Mhm.
especially women over 40 and 50, they don't want to lose their image,
Mhm.
with doing stuff those children would do for entertainment and fun.
Mhm.
But this is a serious business, so there's a lot of I would say conflict they have of putting themselves out there,
Mhm.
and really being
Mhm.
uncomfortable and doing the stuff online. Yeah, it keeps them away.
Hmm. So before books and podcasts, what I'm understanding is a lot of inner shift has to happen before you get into the whole journey of becoming a coach or a healer, right? And that inner shift is what requires working. Is it correct?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
a lot of people invest in courses to learn coaching as a skill, because I learned coaching through maybe at the mentorship programs I enrolled as an entrepreneur, as a student, and my own business has taught me the lessons, the hard earned lessons, and that
Mhm.
made me a good mentor. I could nurture a new entrepreneur to really start something brand new online. But often these this vulnerability to share your story and all of
Mhm.
the overwhelm around technology keeps you underperform.
Wonderful. So, Ranjani, very valid point, and I want to come to the fact that most of the people that I know, a lot of people, right? They are so incredible. They want to write a book, but most feel overwhelmed even before they begin, right? So, how do you help coaches move from their lived experiences to a clear, powerful book that positions them? And you have written two books yourself, so, what was that journey like, and how are you using that journey to help others?
Yeah. So I have written two kinds of books. One is a story book, like it's my personal story, and the other one is a self-help book, where how to do
Mm,
business online, a successful business. So pretty much around the coaching framework I offer for my clients. So
mm,
back then it was very difficult, I would say, but not anymore. No, you can
mm,
do a book in within minutes, but still,
mm,
the hard
mm,
work of writing and releasing and sharing your story is no scary again, like what people will
mm,
say and all of that, and is it really worth the read? Often, like,
mm,
who wants to hear my story? Even when
mm,
I had the story of my husband's recovery from rheumatoid arthritis and this road trip we did, I just shared on a WhatsApp group, just
mm,
with the picture of we riding on a cable car, and the joy of having him fully alive and enjoying and kicking his life, not being bedridden and being a victim and suffering. So
mm,
that was a victory moment that I shared. But I never knew that this could inspire a career for me, and it would
mm,
empower me to follow this and share this with the world, And today, the TED talk I'm going to address next month is also about this story. So I had this, I had this realization. When I
Hmm.
shared this message, there were so many who were inspired. They reached out to me, convinced me that you can be a mentor. Please coach me. So
Hmm.
you should see the possibility. Like if you have an idea, if you have a story, you should put that out and see what difference it is making to other people. Not Don't look at yourself. God
Hmm.
has given you this life, this lesson to share your gift.
Hmm.
Do it, and
Hmm.
there are miracles and amazing things waiting for you to open up, or I would say unfold.
Wonderful. I'm already feeling inspired and charged listening to you, Ranjani. So, what are some of the biggest mistakes you see first time authors make when they write without a positioning strategy? Like,
Yeah.
any thoughts around that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I have helped my community members or my coaches write their books, and we have done almost 30 plus books so far.
Hmm.
And we have even positioned them as a bestseller. So I would recommend a book, especially for coaches, to position themselves as a as a brand, in the sense they stand out from the noise and they have a unique message and a story that they own. You are no competition to anybody. You're
Hmm.
here with a very clear and unique message, and that can be captured in a book. It can be even transformed, or create you can create a business model around it where you can help other people have a similar breakthrough in their life.
Hmm.
So um, I think that is one thing that I teach and I help my clients. But like as you said earlier, like many people, they sit with the idea, they do the work, but they never release it. I know a
Hmm.
client of mine who had written 20 books but never released one.
Hmm.
And I could help her with the tech overwhelm release one book, because I really felt like after doing so much of work, nobody has this opportunity to read what you have to offer. So I
Hmm.
had her story out, and just go ahead and share it. And
Hmm.
it is given to you that you share your gift with the world. That I
Hmm.
would say.
Okay. Very interesting. And you were sharing with me earlier today about your own journey of writing the book, where you were feeding your child, and on the phone and on the go you were reading the book. And that
Yeah.
felt so real to me, Ranjini. I think most stories are like that, right? We are constantly juggling, we are constantly creating space for our dreams, so to say, right? And the struggle is real, but for me what is most inspiring is when I'm talking to people like you and I hear such stories. I'm like, there is still hope, there is still so much that needs to be done. And every woman who comes on this live and shares these stories, I find it incredibly heartwarming. And having said that, while the initial phase is good, where your struggles are so real, etc., but when we come to the landscape of books, right, there are just so many out there. What does it take to shift from an expert to an authority in a domain, right? Like, there's so many self-help books. What makes a book tick, and what makes it find that audience that resonates with it and helps you become an authority on that subject?
Yeah. So, yes, I would say today, like there are many books. Earlier, maybe it was a really fancy to be a best-selling author, 5 years back. I remember releasing my first book. I had this, dream, oh, it would be, wonder overnight, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't
Hmm.
happen. Yes, people across the globe gave me good reviews of the story that made me feel good. Okay, this is a good read, at least. Like somebody had some people had something to take away. But as an author, as a creator, even if it is a book or a podcast or a course or a product that you own, it's your job to get
Hmm.
that message out in the world and reach as many people as you can. Like as a first time author, I was with my condition, I was thinking that something will happen overnight and I'll become a best-selling author. That didn't happen. You need to have a strategy to do it. And for any author, you say, or any entrepreneur, to be the top in the industry, being an authority, to answer that question, you have to show up with your
mm,
message consistently. Keep talking, whether it's a book that you are selling or whether
mm,
your product or anything else. Keep talking
mm,
about, keep repeating that message, keep reaching a larger audience. And for that, social
mm.
media helps, doing content
Okay.
daily helps. But
Okay.
we have done so much of work to deliver this book, or create this product or launch a business. But when it
Mm,
comes to marketing,
mm,
again, there is another round of wounds that will keep you down, another set of doubts that will keep you low. But what I've learned in my journey, like becoming an authority, is all about showing up every day with the same
mm.
message, with the
Okay.
same intention, with the same fire and passion to give what you're here to give, and
Mm,
doing that every day. And I think for me, it was rest of the life I can keep doing this. That's why I think I
mhm,
chose the work that, for me, rest of the life, this is what I'm going to speak, and that makes me a podcaster also, or a speaker.
mm,
So I would say this is what is needed. Keep
mm,
showing up with the message.
mm. Very interesting. You mentioned podcasting. Podcasting is so much more different than social media. It's slower, it's deeper, right? And what role has podcasting played in building your journey, your community, and a trust with your within your ecosystem for you?
Yeah. So podcasting started as a hobby and it still continues to be a hobby, though it's an award-winning show. No, I never did a podcast to win, something. It was just so liberating to speak somebody, every week, and hear some, because that inspires another entrepreneur who is, there is a pain, there is a connection of pain between two entrepreneurs. We have struggled, we have overcome, and we are here
Mm,
to share this so that more people are not struggling in that phase, they can get out of it. So that's every entrepreneur's story. So hearing those founder stories and their insights and perspective gives me the charge that I can go on the next week and the next week and on. So that's how my podcasting started, but today I feel it is the voice. Like now I feel every founder should own that voice and share it. Podcasting is a great platform, and you can repurpose it to create content, and strategically, and people will see your face, they know that there is a voice behind this brand. So they
mm,
know there is a person who has a voice, who has a very clear message and a story that supports, that brings them here to deliver whatever service they are here for. So I feel the podcasting gives the brand the voice they need, that people need to hear. And that's
mm,
how you can add value, build trust long term, and create a legacy business.
mm. That's so wonderful because you've just shifted the perspective of not thinking about podcasting as a content, but as a medium to create a conscious connection with your audience. And I love that energy, Ranjini. All right. So, I really want to ask you. You are also a coach that helps other coaches bring in high ticket clients, and who enables them, empowers them to go beyond their own limitations, right? So, how has this journey been? How many coaches have you worked with? And what really does it take to transition to that high ticket alignment?
Yeah. Now, this is very interesting because often coaches start with one-on-one consultation,
Mm,
or some kind of a group program or a course, which is a 1 month or a 90 days. So as I remember having this conversation with you early, there are people who are content driven. So when you're
mm,
so focused about your content, no, there is less space to be
mm,
creative and do more. You're so engrossed in doing things perfectly. Now how
Hmm.
it is done becomes so significant that you are stuck in that loop. And so is the pricing, and so is the maybe a limitation that you build around your services. To
Hmm.
become a high ticket, it's not about changing the pricing of your product. It's more about you seeing worthy that you deserve that
Hmm.
kind of pricing. Like it is all about the value that you bring to the table, the
Hmm.
hour that you invest with a client, or maybe the transformation that you offer is amazing. And the other element I would add would be the time. You can
Hmm.
cut down the time that it takes. Usually if something takes a year, if you can bring that to 90 days, definitely
Hmm.
you can charge high. So these are certain parameters where you can see how you can make it simple for people to do, how quickly they can get your results, and the transformation is so worthy, so deserving. They're
Hmm.
ready to pay that price. And for that price to quote, you need to have a very a strong you know feeling of being worthy of having that. It's not just about putting a price tag to your products and services. So it takes a lot of inner work, because especially when it comes to women, they come with a lot of money conversations that don't support. Like I had a business failure, I could clearly see that it was coming from my money conversations. So I had to heal myself and to become a high ticket coach. And maybe that is what I'm trying to give to other coaches, that it's not about the number of courses or labels you own as a coach or an expert. It's more about what value you bring, and how much time do what a client needs to take to get there. And
Hmm.
the transformation that you offer is really worth the money that you're charging. So these are the aspects that high ticket coaching revolves around.
Wonderful. And I think each point is very pertinent, what you're saying, Ranjani. But it will take a lot of time for one to work through this journey as well, right? So I want to ask you, somebody who's listening to it, they are feeling the nudge to write, speak on podcasts, or to work on their coaching journey, etc. But they're feeling a little scared. What is the first step you would invite them to take? How can they get started?
Yeah. So this is something I would recommend. This is something I got a recommendation from my mentor when I started my coaching as a business. So she challenged me, like,
Hmm.
do a live every day on
Hmm.
a particular time, and you have to do a 60 days challenge.
Hmm.
And you won't believe, I think I did a 13 or 14th and 15th may out. Okay, so that was pandemic time. I remember we opened up and I traveled, and I got the infection, and I was down. But what it taught me to show up every day at that
Hmm.
time with something to speak. So I would recommend whoever is starting, challenge yourself
Hmm.
to do something daily basis that puts you out on the stage. So if you're
Hmm.
somebody who's stay at home and you are doing a business online, go live every day. And
Hmm.
you can pick a topic, and that would put you out of that zone. Like and it will be a complete transformation, whether you complete the challenge or not, but you will have the confidence that I can do this. So challenge yourself, whether it's a book or a podcast. Get started, do the first one, you know and and then I think rest will be history that the person can tell the story
Hmm.
after start.
Hmm. So, this conversation feels less about visibility, but more about taking responsibility of our own dreams, our own actions, and showing up, Ranjini. And I'm so glad that you've simplified it so much. It just doesn't feel like a task anymore. It just feels so simple today to just get started, right? Like. To think that the limitations are within us. It's a product of our own mind. and to know that if we show up, there is always a road ahead. I think that's something that I'm taking back with me today. So thank you so much for that, Ranjini. It has been a pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you for sharing your insights, and we wish you all the best with your podcast, with your upcoming TED Talk, and with both your books. It's been a real treasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priya. It was lovely and pleasure to be part of HEN community and contributing whatever ways I can share my gifts and create an impact. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.